Alright, what's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing back at you with another one. I'm just now getting home. Got some work in with David Benavidez, man. I'll do a video about that tomorrow. I am tired. But I had to do a video on this because it's rumored that Ryan Garcia will be facing Isaac Cruz in July. Again, that's a rumor. Nothing is confirmed. But I did hear from sources that that's being talked about and that's being put in the works. So I wanted to do a video on it. Ryan Garcia. Now, again, you have to take everything that's said about Ryan Garcia with a grain of salt. Meaning that we obviously know the history from Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has been in talks. His name's been mentioned with so many fighters, bro. I can go from Jorge Linares, Javier Fortuna, Jojo Diaz, Gervonta Tank Davis, Manny Pacquiao, Isaac Cruz, Tevin Farmer, Devin Haney. Man, what's that, 8? That's like 8 people, you know, talked about fighting, what's his name? Teofimo Lopez at the catchweight of 139. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm not gonna hope the Teofimo Lopez fight against him, but I will say this, bro. Listen, bottom line is we all know that we can't take anything that has to do with Ryan Garcia 100% until they're in the ring. Ryan Garcia, who's coming off of a victory off of Tagaho. What's his name? Manuel Tagaho. In a fight that a lot of people was not impressed with. Now, I will say this, Ryan Garcia, to his defense, Tagaho was not trying to win that fight. So, I don't hold that against Ryan, but however, I've always stated I don't see Ryan beating none of the top guys. He has a lot of work that he needs to do to improve on. He's with Joe Goodsman now. He's left Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso, who was on a two losing streak to two of his biggest fighters. Oscar Valdez, who lost last weekend to Shakur, the weekend before last to Shakur Stevenson. And Canelo Alvarez, who just lost last weekend to Dimitri Bivol. So Ryan Garcia is with Joe Goodsman. I hope they're working on his footwork. I hope, because he's flat foot. I hope they're working on moving his head, keeping his head off the line, putting his chin down. It's just a lot of things that Ryan Garcia needs to work on. Should this fight happen between Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz coming off of a victory, a knockout from Yuriorkis Gamboa, which was on the undercard of Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas. Now, obviously, Yuriorkis Gamboa being a much older fighter, a shell of a form of himself. A lot of people thought that Yuriorkis Gamboa should have retired or was done after he got beat by Terrence Crawford back in 2014. Okay, Gamboa already having a messed up career, signing with 50 Cent, derailed his career, and then, like I said, a lot of people thought he should have retired in 2014. So that fight doesn't really tell us much, but it doesn't tell us nothing new, but we do know that Isaac Cruz is definitely one hell of a fighter. He goes by the name of Pitbull, and for good reasons, man. Isaac Cruz comes to fight. Should this fight happen, again, I won't believe it until they're in the ring, just based off of Ryan Garcia's history. Should this fight happen, I will definitely be picking Isaac Cruz. That's why I'm not so sure that this fight is going to happen, because I don't think De La Hoya is going to risk Ryan Garcia fighting Isaac Cruz, unless if they have some tricks up their sleeve with them judges. But I'm tired. I'm sorry, y'all. But for y'all that don't know, go De La Hoya. He has. A lot of people feel like he's one of the reasons why Canelo has had those judges in his pocket. But regardless, man, should they fight, I would have Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz is a very good inside fighter. Ryan Garcia is too straight up and down on the inside. He doesn't bend his legs enough. I don't think that he would be able to handle Isaac Cruz, especially with Isaac coming on the inside. Ryan's best bet would be to rely on that check left hook that he loves to throw. But again, Isaac is very good. He's very good at dipping. Isaac comes in low, and he comes in low. So I don't know if Ryan Garcia if his hook is gonna play a key role in fighting with Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz also giving Tank Davis a dangerous fight. I think Isaac Cruz would be too much for Ryan Garcia. But again, this fight has to be made. It's time for Ryan Garcia to step it up. Ryan Garcia, who has been big in the spotlight for a few years now, but a lot of people haven't even realized that Ryan Garcia has not had a world title yet. He's not had a world title. His biggest name on his resume is Luke Campbell, and Luke Campbell is only known for losing to Lomachenko and Jorge Linares. So Ryan Garcia, it's time for him to step it up. I'm tired of everybody throwing shots at just Tank Davis and all these other fighters that need to step up, but nobody seems to be challenging Ryan Garcia to step up, bro. It's time, bro. Luke, and I just for the life of me can't understand why people are these Ryan Garcia fans are so big on Luke Campbell, as if Luke Campbell is just like this A-level fighter, bro. Luke Campbell, I think he was a gold medalist, but he didn't do his pro career wasn't much of anything for me. He's only known for losing against Lomachenko and Jorge Linares. And that's the biggest name on Ryan Garcia's resume. So it's time for Ryan Garcia to step it up. I personally was very interested. I was ready to give Ryan Garcia credit for taking the Javier Fortuna fight. Then he pulled out a week later after that. You know, he could have fought Jojo Diaz. He pulled out after that. And then in which Jojo Diaz ended up fighting Devin Haney. So it's time it's more than due. Isaac Cruz would definitely be the most dangerous, by far, the most dangerous guy that Ryan Garcia has fought. If this fight happens, Isaac Cruz would definitely be the most dangerous opponent. And I would pick Isaac Cruz to beat Ryan Garcia. I don't know if he knocks him out, but I think he beats him. And Ryan Garcia, I mean, you know, like I said, I mean, the way that the attention that he gets, you would think he's been a world champion. He's never even been a world champion. I think he has the WBC interim, yeah. And that's another thing I call him out for, bro. Is because Ryan Garcia is the mandatory for was the mandatory for Devin Haney, and yet Devin Haney was calling him out, chasing Ryan Garcia. And it's like, what is the point of you fighting if you're not trying to get the belts? Like if I'm ranking all the top guys at 135, I don't rank Ryan Garcia. I just mention his name as like an honorable mention. But I just don't see Ryan Garcia being that top guy until he shows me. He has to show me. That's one thing about me that you guys will know. Like, when I become a fan of a fighter, they have to do something to impress me. And Ryan Garcia has not done anything to impress me. He just hasn't. Y'all can call me hating all you want. I don't care. Ryan Garcia has not done. As a matter of fact, you can't call me hating because everything I'm stating is facts. He's never been a world champion. He was Devin Haney's mandatory. Devin Haney was calling him out. He ducked Devin Haney. He mentions all these fighters, but never gets a fight with them. It's not that I'm hating on Ryan. I'm just ready for Ryan to step it up. And I actually gave Ryan credit in the Luke Campbell fight for getting up after getting dropped by Luke Campbell. I gave him credit for that because he got up and he showed heart. And that you learn a fighter when they face adversity. So we got to see Ryan Garcia step it up with the rest of these fighters, man. I hope that this fight gets made. I really do, because should Ryan Garcia prove me wrong, if he proves me wrong, I'll be right here to give him his credit. But hopefully we get this fight made. Let me know what you guys think about Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. Like, comment, subscribe, please. But what do I know?